Hi guys, it's your girl Ina here. So a little quarantine joke to keep you laughing as part of the joke series. So there were two best friends, Bob and Gary, and Bob and Gary were best friends from when they were little. They grew up on the same street. They did everything together. They went to school together. They played soccer together. They did all the sports together. They went to the movies together. Everything they did, they were inseparable. They did everything together. They went to the same high school. They went to the same college. They took the same classes. They ate all their meals together. Just best friends. They married twin sisters. So they married, twin sisters, that's clear. They married twin sisters. They had their kids at the same time. They lived on the same street with their families. They went into the same profession. They just were best friends and did everything together. They were inseparable. One day they made kind of a bad decision. They were traveling for their business that they worked for the same company, and they decided to go out to a club. And it was during when the corona was really bad, and they didn't wear masks, they didn't sanitize, they just went out to have a relaxing day out, and went out to this club to have some drinks and have a little bit of party while they were out on the road. And what do you know? They both, on the same day, get diagnosed with the coronavirus. Same symptoms, same day, took the same test. They both have coronavirus. And unfortunately, it was a very, very bad case of the coronavirus. So they both obviously went to the hospital on the same day, at the same hospital. They had the same doctor. And again, very unfortunately, they both passed away from the coronavirus. It's terrible, but on the same day, nonetheless. So, of course, everyone was devastated, but it was kind of a little bit apropos that the two fellas would, the sun is doing something cool here. Look, I look like an angel. That the two fellows would have their demise on the same day because they were really lifelong best friends. And so the wives, the twin sister wives, decided it would be kind of suiting to have a funeral for both of them at the same time. So they thought that this was a good idea. They had the same friend, the same people were ready to come. They had the same friends, and that's the way that they would have wanted it. And they both, even though this is a little bit outdated, they both wanted open coffin caskets. I mean, it's not really the thing anymore like it used to be, a few decades ago. But yeah, that's what they both wanted. So the sister said, okay, that's what they want. That's what we're gonna do. So the day of the funeral comes, and of course we've all been to funerals. You go in, and the loved ones in the family go in first to have their private time with the deceased. And so they were at the funeral home, and the wives, of course, got to go in first. And they walked in, and they were like, "Oh no, the suits are on the wrong guys. Bob was supposed to have the blue suit, and Gary was supposed to have the gray suit, but they have it backwards. The wrong guy had the wrong suit on." And although it probably wasn't that big of a deal, for them it was a big deal because they knew which suit that their husbands wanted to be buried in, and it was their favorite suit and that sort of thing. So they get the funeral director, and they say, "Look, mister, there's a really bad mistake here. The two guys, they have the wrong suits on, and the guests are literally already outside of the service. The guests are here waiting to come in. What are we gonna do? We can't have the last viewing of them with the wrong suits on, and people come and see them. That's not what they would have wanted." So the funeral director said, "Hey, listen, you just go out and stall the people. I just need 5 or 10 minutes. Just go out there and talk to the people. Everything's gonna be fine. Come back in 5 or 10 minutes and I'll have everything sorted." And they were like, "It only takes you 5 or 10 minutes to change?" I mean, they're dead. Like they can help you change the clothes. He's like, "I got this. This is my job. I got that. No problem." So the wives did as he suggested. They went outside and then they spoke with the guests and kind of kept everybody at bay. And then, after 5 or 10 minutes, everyone's like, "Come on, we want to go in. Let's go." So they kind of look in the door, and the funeral director's like, "Yeah, come on, everything's good." So they said, "Okay." So they opened up the door, and all the guests come, and they were nervous because that was really a short amount of time to change the outfits of their husbands. So they go up the front. Sure enough, Bob had the blue, Gary had the gray. Everything was set. Everything was good. They looked fantastic. As fantastic as you can look under the circumstances. But everything was great. So then the funeral was over, and the sisters were like, "Man, how did this guy do that so fast? It's crazy." So they get the funeral director, and they kind of pull him aside, and they were like, "Yeah, everything was great. Everything was beautiful. But we have to ask you, that was pretty quick that you changed the suits that fast. How could that be possible that you could make that change so quickly?" He was like, "I didn't change the suits. And they were like, yes, you did, because the suits were on the wrong guy before, and now they're on the right guy. Like, he's like, I didn't change the suits. And they were like, no, because Gary had on the blue and Bob had on the gray, and it was wrong, and now they have it right. Like, yes, you did. They have the right suits on now. He's like, I didn't change the suits, I just switched the heads.